Hey everybody, I'm Cisco.
I'm Cody.
And you're back to 96 Studios Podcast. Been a while. We haven't done a podcast in a minute.
Long while.
Just got done going back to the garage. And now we're back in here emulating from Harley's Toys and Comics at Tucson Mall here in Tucson, Arizona. And we're just going to jump right into it. We got a lot to unload today. We're following off the heels of San Diego Comic-Con 2019. And there is a lot to go through. A whole lot of good stuff. And the best way to start off with the most luggage we got to unpack is Marvel.
A lot of Marvel.
A whole lot of Marvel. And just to start off with, I think Marvel won Comic-Con this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, DC didn't even bother to show up.
DC Films did pretty much skip this year's Comic-Con. But we still have news from DC of what they're coming up with down the line of 2019 and beyond. So starting off with Marvel, we got the movies they announced. They announced the full Phase 4.
And they also technically announced Phase 5. Not officially announced Phase 5, but Kevin Feige did talk about what could be in Phase 5.
After the Marvel panel ended, he did stick around and start talking about some of the movies they had down the pipeline beyond Phase 4. But just to start off, Phase 4, we have Black Widow that's coming out in 2020. And that's a prequel.
It's got to be a prequel.
Oh, yeah, it's a prequel because, we already know.
Technically, we don't know because they have not officially announced anything. So it could be a prequel, it could be after the snap, it could be anything. We just don't know yet.
Well, as far as what they said on stage, that Romanoff has a sister, there's a love interest, and then there's another female bad guy that they go against. And as far as I'm guessing that has to be a prequel because we already know where she ends up.
But again,
at the end of Endgame.
Again, we don't know because they haven't officially announced a timeline yet. So it's still up in the air.
So that's coming out 2020. That's probably going to start off the whole Phase 4.
That will be the first one
scheduled out.
Yeah.
And then we have the Falcon, and the Winter Soldier, which is going to be Disney Plus for 2020.
That's supposed to be a show, an episode show.
It's going to be an episode. And then what we're going to find, the trend is going to be like movie, Disney Plus, movie, Disney Plus, movie, Disney Plus. They're going to rely heavily in November on this Disney Plus thing. They're already loading up the card.
So far, they only have what looks like 2 shows for Disney Plus for the Marvel stuff.
Oh no, they got a couple right there. So if we move down into the movies, we have the Eternals, which we knew was coming, and then they surprised us with Shang-Chi in 2021.
Yeah,
that's going to start off 2021. And WandaVision, I don't really know anything about WandaVision. You got anything on that one?
So that's literally Scarlet Witch and the Vision.
Is that Scarlet Witch and Vision? Yeah. What? Okay.
But that's got to be a prequel unless she brings them back somehow.
And that's going to be a Disney Plus.
Yeah,
that'll
be a show.
All right, and I know. And then talking about Scarlet Witch, they announced Doctor Strange 2, which is the Multiverse of Madness, and she's going to be in that one.
Yeah.
So is it going to be the same Scarlet Witch, or are they going to recast for Disney Plus?
They're not going to recast.
No, there's going to be the same?
They're keeping the same characters because they all have contracts.
I don't know. I know a lot of people online wanted this bad guy and Doctor Strange to be Midnight.
Yeah, they were hoping for Midnight. And they're also talking about another big bad guy, too, that there possibly could be.
To bring it down the line. And then after that, we had Loki. That's going to be Disney Plus 2021.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
And this is going to be off what everyone thought it was going to be during the Avengers Endgame, going off that 2012, the mishap of him getting the Tesseract.
Yeah.
And he's going to go off on a little adventure. And then we have Marvel What If. Now, this is the one I'm most excited about. Marvel. To apologize. Marvel What If is going to be an animated series, episodic series. And the best thing about this is when every person who had a voice or who played their character, like Tony Stark played, or Robert Downey Jr. played Tony Stark, he's coming back to voice Tony Stark, Iron Man, in these what if scenarios. So it'd be like, what if Thor was a bad guy? What if Thor did this? What if Iron Man was a bad guy? What if Iron Man, did this, did that? What if he was on the other side of the fence during the Civil War?
Yeah, because in the movies, there's always a lot of what ifs. What if Thor had hit Thanos in the head with the axe?
Yeah, so it's going to be, and that's the best thing. The only thing that scares me about that is Marvel animated is not that good.
I don't even remember the last Marvel animated. anything.
I think the last one I can remember them saying anything was like Planet Hulk, and that was probably like 18 years ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, and that's the last one I was like, oh, that was really cool. That was actually could stand up against anything DC had animated, because what DC lacks in a universe for movies, they make up in their comics,
animated
they make
movies.
up in their animated movies. But that's one that I'm looking forward to in 2021, and I will be subscribing to the Disney Plus just for that.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have Hawkeye Disney Plus.
Now, Hawkeye, I thought was going to be a movie.
No,
but then they said it was going to be Disney Plus.
I think they always packaged that, because even before Endgame, they were talking about Hawkeye's getting a spin-off of episodic. And I think that was always packaged for the Disney Plus. And then now they have Thor 3. Is it Thor 3 now? 4. Oh, that's right. Ragnarok. Yeah, Ragnarok. Rock. Planet Rock.
There's two cool things that I heard, or I've read about the Thor 4. First one, it's going to be the Jane Foster Thor, which is an amazing Thor, and possibly Beta Ray Bill.
And Jane Foster is the girl's name. What's the girl who...
Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman. Mm-hmm. She's going to be playing... She's coming back to reprise that role.
Yeah.
What's the series go? She gets cancer, and then she gets the power of Thor not to die, or something like that?
In the comics, she gets cancer. I don't remember exactly how she got the hammer, but she eventually gets the hammer, and she becomes the female version of Thor, and is the whole comic series, which is awesome. It took years to finish. And then she's going to be teaming
up with Valkyrie in this one, right? And then they announced Valkyrie's going to be the first LGBT superhero. So this is going to go off on their adventure to go find her queen, if you will. Of Asgard. There are going to be two queens of Asgard. Queen of Asgard, if you will.
Is that possible to have two queens?
I don't know. They're just going to fight over the remote, I guess. I have no idea. But then they didn't announce it, but they soft announced it was Blade.
They officially announced Blade's going to happen. They just didn't say when.
They didn't give us a date when Blade's going to happen. They did soft announce it. What people said, if you watch the end of that panel of Black Widow and they're announcing Black Widow, one of the guys, he has a hat on. They puts on a hat or has a hat.
Oh no, it was at the end of the whole Phase 4 announcement thing.
Oh, is that what it is?
They had all the cast out there, and they had the guy who's going to be Blade come out, and he had a hat. He puts the hat on, and says Blade across the hat.
Now, I don't know the guy. I have to go back, research the guy's name. But
he looks an awful lot like Wesley Snipes.
He did look like a young Wesley Snipes. Like, he looked like Wesley Snipe-ish. But is that the where we're going to go with Blade again? We're going to have him, go chase after Deacon and have that whole story told again, or are we going to go off something new?
I think it would be something new, especially for the Marvel universe, because Blade was rated R, wasn't it?
Well, the first Blade, the Blades in that were rated R, but then again, if you look at it, we can get Blade that follows into Spider-Man, because they're making that one with Jared Leto.
Yeah.
So we can kind of a crossover if he's chasing him that way, which would be cool. But also the stuff they had down the pipe for like Phase 5, which Kevin Feige after the panel stuck around saying, listen, we got Black Panther 2 somewhere. We have a Fantastic Four. Spider-Man, was that going to be Spider-Man 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 somewhere down there.
And 4, apparently. They were talking about 4, which I don't understand because they haven't even done 3 yet.
Captain Marvel 2, Guardians 3. And the one thing I want they did not announce was Nova. We already have a Nova Corps established. When you look at Guardians 1,
well, Nova could come in at Guardians 3.
I know, and that's true. But I think we should get a Nova in, and I think it'll be Nova.
They also talked about a new Avengers, which is a whole set of Avengers after the original Avengers, and they're talking about that sometime in the future.
That comes off a comic series called The New Avengers.
Literally.
Or we could get the Dark Avengers too.
Yeah,
we'll have Wolverine in there and Deadpool.
Well, they also announced the mutants. When they said mutants, they specified that whole universe of the X-Men. So it could be called mutants, it could be called X-Men, but it revolves all around that universe.
What if we get like New Mutants, like off the comic series New Mutants, and we get Cable in there? We'll get Deadpool, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be itself.
Kevin Feige said that mutants involves like the X-Men. It involves the Brotherhood, Deadpool, anything from the X-Men series.
And then the other thing they announced was like a slight video games was a Marvel Avengers game.
Oh, that was announced at E3. That was announced before.
I saw they got some gameplay going in there, and they're
good.
flying around as Iron Man. They're customizing the suits down to like 3-4 layers of color you could have on one character.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like very customizable.
Now, the biggest thing about that though is there's a lot of controversy around that game because people don't like the designs of the characters. They wanted characters designed off of the MCU. Mm-hmm. But the developer said, we're not basing this off of the MCU. We want this our own thing.
Oh, so they're redrawing up new things.
No, yeah. So they said they were following the comics. They didn't want to follow the movies. They wanted their own separate thing. But people are still upset about it, and then they're nitpicking how they look, how the costumes look. They're talking about the game footage, like, oh, it looks too linear. Well, first of all, they said this is the trial. This is the introduction, how to use everything, how to do everything. This isn't the whole game. The game's supposed to be a massive open world.
So I'm looking forward. I'm gonna get it anyways.
I'm definitely gonna get it.
I'm gonna see what they got. I'm gonna get it anyways. And then that wraps up all Marvel, and that's all what Marvel had to unload, unpack. Marvel's coming once again to keep the throne, take the crown, if you will. And DC Films just kind of skipped everything. And who to blame them? They really got nothing coming up the pipe. In the next year or two.
That's just the thing. I feel like DC, when Marvel first started their phases, DC was trying to catch up, and they just rushed it all. They didn't take their time. They didn't.
You could see that definitely in Dawn of Justice. You could definitely see that in the Dawn of Justice. But let's see.
I thought Man of Steel.
There's still time in the year.
Yeah. See,
now just because they missed 1 year doesn't mean they're ever going to come out with another anything. Shazam, they still got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to put him in there as Black Adam. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to have something to do with the new Batman is, what's his name, Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
The glittery Batman. What do you feel about that, him being cast? That's old news, but we haven't talked about that yet.
I honestly don't know because I don't like him. I will suspend judgment until I see the first trailer of the movie, but I probably won't go see it.
You know how you get me in? I whispered it the other day, and I'll say it right here. The way you buy me into Robert Pattinson as Batman, you give me the 1977 gray suit, yellow emblem, blue cape. Give me that 1977 outfit of the blue cape Batman, and I will buy into Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne as Batman, because we already got the 89 Frank Miller gray and black suit for Ben Affleck. You know what? If we're gonna go all the way to like pushing whimsy, give me the 77 blue and gray. Mm-hmm. That's how you get me in. But that's all Marvel stuff going on, and then Netflix had announcements.
Yep.
And The Witcher, the video game The Witcher, is getting a Netflix episodic series.
Yeah, we've known that for a while though.
I didn't know about that. That caught me by surprise.
They've been talking about it since last year. They released little things here and there online if you follow stuff online. But yeah, it's what's his name? Henry Cavill, who played Superman.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be that.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be the main guy. I don't know his name. I've never played the video game.
Someone said there's a trailer out there, and I haven't even got a chance to watch the trailer.
Yep.
The only thing I saw was like the back. Like there was he was a photo of him facing like outlook of a window or something like that, and his back is always a thing. So that's the only thing I saw so far.
Yeah, there's an actual trailer for it though.
And then Netflix also announced The Dark Crystal, which we all knew was coming. Mark Hamill, which is Luke Skywalker, Joker. He plays a lot of those voices, characters. He's lending his voice to the Dark Crystal, so I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring a heavy hitter in as voice acting, as Mark Hamill to lend to Dark Crystal. But then again, do you really need it? Dark Crystal in itself is like how do you say, a cult classic. It's the last Jim Henson real movie that he made. That and the Labyrinth. That was a Jim Henson thing too.
I haven't seen either one.
Really?
Really?
You got to watch that stuff.
That just never interested me. I always watched the Muppets, of course, but those two movies I never really saw.
Dark Crystal was cool because it just like everything was a puppet, practical. It shows the little adventures they go on and stuff like that to find the Dark Crystal, and that's pretty much the name of that. And then the Labyrinth has David Bowie. Like one of the most iconic roles that he's ever stepped foot in. And so the movies they announced, which one do you want to start off with there?
Well, all these were, the only one that wasn't The only one that I know of was announced, or two of them that was announced at Comic-Con were Top Gun and Jay and Silent Bob. The other ones weren't announced. So.
No, the Top Gun. Let's start off with Top Gun. 34 years for a sequel, right? And Conan O'Brien came out on stage and he introduced Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise, they're saying every scene of that movie that is Tom Cruise in the cockpit is him actually flying that jet.
Okay. Well, I don't think he's actually flying it.
No, he's flying that jet.
But it takes years to learn how to fly.
I think someone needs to tell Tom Cruise, like, listen, you're one of the great actors of our of an era of many eras. You don't have to kill yourself to try to kill yourself for us to go see your movies.
Yeah, he does a lot of his own stuff.
After he got let go from Jack Reacher, maybe. So
I highly doubt he's actually flying that jet. It's probably a 2-passenger jet.
You have someone just like laid in the back.
No, because they have jets where the pilot sits up front and passenger sits behind the pilot.
I don't know. I mean, the CGI him out. Is that what you're saying?
They could put a camera in the back seat.
Well, true, but I don't know. What he's saying, they're saying everything that you see is him doing it. 34 years after the first Top Gun, I just hope they have Val Kilmer and comes and brings back Iceman. You know, have that little rivalry going on. You know, and what was it? He came out. It was a big surprise. No one saw that coming. And then, you know, he hits the trailer. And it was filmed right there in San Diego, so people popped for that. They're like, oh, my God, Top Gun again.
Yep.
And I think it's cool. You know, Top Gun is going to be that's going to be easily number one when it hits the box office. And then after that, you had It Chapter 2. We knew that was coming with a teaser that came out months before.
Yeah.
About a month before.
Yeah.
I want to see that one. That's going to wrap up that series right there. But I love how they made the new It. Of course, I love Tim Curry's It, but this new one was good.
This one just seems to have a more darker tone to it, like more evil.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tim Curry had more of a lighter darkness. Like he could be like a good, and then he went.
No, there's parts in that movie that made you laugh, but then again, you know, people are afraid of clowns, and that I think it drove that home for a lot of people. Like, you know, clowning is a real fear. Off that, also they had Terminator. I don't know the dark something.
Oh yeah, that was announced months ago. But yeah, it's coming out in October.
No, they dropped the trailer there, and Schwarzenegger was there.
It must have been a new trailer because I've only seen the one trailer before, and it wasn't at San Diego Comic-Con.
And they show a new Terminator's body there. It's like the T1 mixed with like the T100. You know, it's all liquidy with the top.
Yeah.
Well, this is like a liquid skin on top of an on top of a skeleton of the T1, and it's a little bit more, you know, the way they have the skeleton
in the last
structure.
Terminator, they had John Connor. He was a type of Terminator, but it could replicate.
Now the one with John Connor,
more nanotech.
Now the one with John Connor is Christian Bale. Is this one going to erase that?
Oh yeah, they've already erased.
Because that was set in the future.
They've already erased the whole future. I'm talking about not that one. One after that one.
Oh, okay.
There was one 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago they had another one. But this one that has Schwarzenegger coming back again.
And then they have there's a girl in there, and I think she's a Terminator.
Yeah, I think she is
but she's like bleeding, but she has like fibernetic in her skin.
Yeah,
or
she has
like
super
that.
strength stuff.
Yeah,
which makes sense from the Salvation, which was the Christian Bale one, because in that one
because they had the dude that was kind of like that.
And it was cool. They brought back what's her name, the original Sarah Connor.
Oh, that's right. She was there in that. She looks. They
second movie.
See, Schwarzenegger, he aged well. He's just Schwarzenegger. She looks fairly older than what she did before, and I saw a side-by-side comparison of what she did then and what they look like now. It's the age is getting up there.
Yep.
You know, maybe not 34 years down the making, but you know they've been coming out with Terminator steadily every like 5-6 years, stuff like that.
Yeah. But I know that these new series have nothing to do with the old ones because it's already been rewritten several times in the future.
I love the T100 when he's like the copy's running. He's like, he's like, I think at some point everybody who's running has mimicked him running, like, you know, running the mile just in high school, mimicking the T100. And then Mr. Rogers, I think got announced on Sunday. The trailer dropped on Sunday. I think that was the last day of the con. And Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is perfect for everything.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers with Woody's voice.
Now you watch that closing your eyes and just think of Woody, and that will ruin everything. Watch Castaway and think of Woody. Just change Wilson. Wilson. Just Buzz. Buzz. But I'm gonna watch that. Like that movie, when I was a kid, Mr. Rogers, I think it was syndicated, so it just reruns. And we grew up with that, watching that over and over after school.
Was he still doing reruns when we were kids?
Oh, it had to be syndicated, man. Yeah,
I don't think
he's coming back from the 60s, 70s, I believe. So yeah, it was syndicated on PBS and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna watch that. Mr. Rogers, you got my money. You got me bought in. They're also someone said they're kicking around a Bob Ross movie.
That would be cool.
I would watch a Bob Ross movie.
Tom Hanks' Bob Ross.
What if it's just one? What if instead of just being the Bob Ross movie, they sit you in a theater and
hour
they give
and
you
a half long painting?
They just give you like an hour and a half of him, like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and draw this little happy mountain here. If y'all look under your chairs, they should have placed, a doodle pad, some colored pencils. You're gonna follow along here, or you're gonna just go in with a doodle pad and be like, I'm gonna follow along everything he does.
Hour and a half of just painting.
That would be a good video. Do the tutorial, side by side comparison.
Actually, I saw someone do that. This lady, she's an artist at Disney. She actually sat down with one of his random videos and she followed along on her. She didn't have an actual paper and paint. She had a digital.
Oh, a digital pad. Okay.
Yeah, and she did it on that, and it actually came out pretty good. But she had to take a little extra time for like switching stuff and.
I would watch that. I would definitely watch that. And then my personal favorite that they announced was Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Yeah. And you know me, I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, and he's a million of those 10 million views is probably just me rewatching that trailer over and over, which we're going to go see. They're going to take it on the road. Instead of putting it out there for a big publisher and put it in every movie theater, he's taking it on the road. They call it the Road Show. And they're going to Chicago. They're going to New York. They're going to Los Angeles. And they're going to Phoenix and bringing twice. They have 2 shows in one day. And they're bringing it here to Tucson in December 6th of this year. And they're having 2 shows. And I'm already saying we're going. Like, if you don't want to go, that's fine.
No, I'll definitely go to
We're going. We're like, you could sit there and just be mad. We're all going to this.
Yeah.
And then the prices on them. The first price is for an indie film. I guess he's pushing it as an indie film. $50 for a ticket, not bad.
Does it come with a drink and popcorn?
I'm sure I will spot you the drinking popcorn on it. But then you listen to this: $200 for a ticket and a photo op. It's up there. I'll probably pay that just because I want to meet Kevin Smith, my hero, and maybe sneak in a Funkopop and be like, "Hey, can you sign that? Thank you. That would make $200 worth it."
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, popcorn. I'll throw the popcorn on top of that with the soda.
Yeah.
Now, for the meet and greet, plus a photo op, plus a ticket, $750.
Oh.
That's mortgage money right there, sir.
Yeah.
That's rent money.
That's like a month's pay for me.
I love you, Kevin Smith, and I'm Kevin Smith. I love you. Not enough for $750. No, sir. No. Is the movie cure cancer? For $750, yeah, we'll watch the movie if it cures cancer, but not for $750. No, sir. But we're still gonna go see that. We'll probably make a video out of it. And Kevin Smith, if you do happen to see this, big fan. I'll pay you the $200. All right. So, and then we're moving on to TV series.
Anyway, we're back from technical difficulties because some people like to call during recording sessions.
What do we got next?
TV series. So a lot of this I already knew. Flash season 6, awesome. They announced that at Comic-Con. They didn't show much in the trailer.
I didn't even watch the trailer.
Because all they Flash, Arrow, and I think Supergirl, when they released those trailers, all they did was just cut stuff out from previous seasons and just make it into a trailer. That's not a trailer. What
I do know about that is going to be a 5-hour season premiere. 5 days, 1 hour each. Is going to be a one big old 5-hour crossover between
for all the shows.
Between all the shows,
really.
That's one thing I did hear. And then I don't know if Batgirl's really going to be involved.
Batwoman,
whatever. I don't know if she's really going to be involved because she's not established yet.
Well, no, her show is later this year. It's supposed to be happening this fall. So
September-ish?
Yeah, sometime around maybe September, October, I'd say, is when she starts up. They've already started showing commercials for her on TV. And she doesn't look too bad. I mean, they could have tweaked a few things with the costume, but...
Was she playing Bruce Wayne's cousin?
Yeah, I never understood that, because in the comics she wasn't she was nowhere...
She wasn't related.
At all. No, wasn't related.
So I did see a comment on the video. It was like, no, they show up now that Batman's gone. Where were they when Bruce Wayne needed a family? Where were they when Bruce Wayne needed help as a kid? You know?
Another thing, too, was like, in, I guess, one of the trailers, she says, why would I let a man do woman's work? I'm thinking, okay, first of all... They got
the internet to explode.
Oh, yeah, because Batman's the one that started it.
Yeah, she's like, why would I let a man take credit for what a woman's job, or a woman does, or a woman's job? Something of that nature.
She's basically just picking up after him. Like, she's continuing on what he already started.
When they showed that little teaser, people were like, look, it's Batman. And then she puts the hair on, and then people are like, it's not Batman. But she's literally taking credit for what Batman's already done. The fear that came with the mystique of the Bat was established by Bruce Wayne, established by Batman, helped by Alfred, stuff like that.
And also, in this universe, is there a Robin? Is there Nightwing? Is there Batgirl, Barbara Gordon? You know, are these other Bat characters in this universe, or is it just Batman and now Batwoman?
No, I think the film series are gonna have to have a Batgirl, because they had Josh Whedon. He was writing a film, writing a script for Batgirl, and that's kind of cool because they kind of pulled him away from the Marvel universe to do that. But in the TV series, I don't know, because we got stuff ending. We got Arrow that's ending.
Because at first, in the Arrow season, there was a Gotham, there was a Bruce Wayne, but they never talked about Batman. They hinted to it like once or twice here and there. I remember a few episodes. But like they never really established that there was a Batman or there was a Superman. And eventually they did bring in another multiverse Superman, but they still haven't officially announced there was a Batman until now. There's a Batwoman.
And then
so it's kind of confusing.
I do know that the Supergirl that's coming back for another season, because Supergirl is actually kicking pretty hard right now.
Yeah, I stopped.
How much of these are they ever going to put? Like, is Krypton of the DC network thingy?
Yeah, that's on CBS.
Is that CBS? Because like
it's on a streaming service.
Because I know some of their animated that we're going to talk about in a minute. They're pushing that, like Disney, like Marvel is pushing Disney Plus hard, and I know like look at Swamp Thing that was on the DC network that got canceled after one season.
Oh, people love the Swamp Thing,
and they got canceled.
Pissed about it though.
Oh my god,
they were saying that Swamp Thing was the best show on the DC streaming service, even better than Titans, and I thought Titans was horrible.
Let's jump down to just because you said Titans got season 2, and I actually liked the Teen Titans.
I had so many issues about it. I just didn't even bother watching it because I'm not paying money to watch that. I'll watch that if it comes out free somewhere. But no, they were saying Swamp Thing was the best show, and they just canceled it. And there's so much controversy behind why it was canceled. Nobody knows exactly why it was canceled.
What was one of the controversies?
One of the things was marketing. Another was how directors wanted to go about it, and how actors wanted to go about it. There's just so much that I could sit here. I could pull up online lists and lists and lists of why it was possibly canceled. So, and people loved it. It was good. I actually want to watch it now because people were saying it was that good.
Now, can I talk about this one? Because this one bothers me.
Which one?
The Lord of the Rings. Amazon is going to they're going to redo the Lord of the Rings, and they're going to make it an episodic TV series. And this is my problem with that. Can we make this any longer? How long was the first the first movie? It was like,
you're talking about the theatrical cut or the director's cut?
It was like 4 hours.
No, the first movie was not 4 hours. It was about
like 3 hours.
Probably around 2 hours.
I think it was like 3:40.
No, so the first movie I think it was like around 2 something, but the director's cut went on forever.
Well, yeah, that's the director's cut. But
if you're watching director's cut of the whole series, you're going to be sitting there for a few days.
I do know that they're going to be running this. They're going to do an episodic.
I still think it's too soon to start redoing these Lord of the Rings movies. It's too soon.
Let me see. I'm looking up Lord of the Rings runtime, and I'll tell you. 3 hours and 48 minutes for the first Lord of the Rings Fellowship.
But is that actually the theatrical cut?
Yes. We'll put it right here, right there. 3 hours and 48 minutes.
Wow, I thought it was
Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, runtime. Wow. That is long, and Endgame was 3:01.
And they didn't even really follow everything in the book. There's still tons of stuff in that first book they didn't even touch, and it's 3 hours 48 minutes.
I have a problem with that because
eat your heart out in game.
It's gonna be a 40 season thing, and they're still gonna be walking, and I can't do that one. I'm gonna pass on that one. Hard pass on that one.
I think it's gonna tank. I think people are gonna be upset with it because they're doing episodes and they're not putting a whole bunch of stuff in the episodes, so it's gonna eventually people are gonna be not enjoying it.
No, I'm not gonna watch that.
I'm not.
What do we got next right there?
So we talked about Flash, Batwoman, Arrow, Supergirl, Lord of the Rings, Westworld. You know about Westworld?
No, Westworld season 3 got announced. I think that's gonna be coming around the fall, October time. If you haven't seen Westworld, man, that's actually a good show. A little westerny, little Disneyland, animatronics coming to life, and they want to do their own thing. You gotta watch that one. Westworld is good, but there's so much about Westworld we can get into. But Watchmen.
I like the movie.
We had a trailer, last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I haven't even seen it yet.
About a month ago, the trailer.
Is it going to be a movie or another show?
It's going to be a show, episodic on HBO.
Okay. And it's not going to take place with the original Watchmen, is it?
No, everyone's recast. Even Rorschach is recast. Not the guy who did the Freddy Krueger role for Rorschach. But what I did see from the trailer, there was like people sitting there, and they had like the Rorschach mask, and there was like just like a bunch of people sitting there with the Rorschach mask on. It was kind of cool. They were handing those out. Supposedly they were handing those out as like little gifts, like, here, have a mask.
Oh, cool.
And so it was kind of cool at the Hall H premiere or whatever it was. And then we have Walking Dead season 10. They got it like, where are we going with Walking Dead?
I know I saw something about one actress, the lady with the samurai sword.
Oh yeah, I know.
She said she's done after season 10. She doesn't want to do anymore.
Well, she made it big in when she started in Black Panther as the bodyguard. She found there's a career after Walking Dead, and she's gonna take that. But like, where are we going?
I don't know. I haven't even seen a single episode of it. So
Walking Dead is good. I liked season 2, and that's going back 8 seasons, and that's when they break into the prison, and that's where I loved it. That's where I liked it. That's where I wanted to be.
I remember seeing when season 2 came out, they had a gift box at Walmart that had a key in it, like a prison key.
Oh, okay. I remember that. But season 10 is pretty much they're going on again. They have a bunch of stuff going on. There's a whole nother faction they have to battle, a woman. They're drawing boundary lines within the dirt, like, do not cross this line. This is our territory. That's your territory. And to get where they want to go. Now they were talking about heading west. So, and I know Fear the Walking Dead, I think, is entering its 6th season. So at some point they're supposed to cross over. But you would have thought they would have done this a long time ago. Because Fear the Walking Dead is coming from Los Angeles, California, and they're moving over east, and The Walking Dead is just stationary in Georgia, and that's where they film too, and that's where it's based out of. But I don't know where they're going with that. And then I know you want to talk about this. I want to know what your feelings are about Star Trek.
Star Trek, Patrick Stewart returns. I don't know, I just saw the trailer. I thought it looked cool. I mean, I like Star Trek. I watch it sometimes, but I'm not really huge into the lore and everything about it. But seeing him come back with his own show, to kind of like what happened after everything at the end of Next Generation, and there's actually a couple of characters I recognized. 7 of 9, she's coming back, but she seems different. They have the guy who played Data, he's coming back, and I guess there's a couple of other characters in there I don't recognize that are coming back from older shows. Because I was just reading all the comments, and people are like, "Oh, that so-and-so's coming back. Oh my God, that person's coming back. Oh, look, it's who's back." But it looked cool. I mean, of course, he's older. So, action-wise, you don't know how much he's gonna really do.
What was his name in that? Picard?
Jean-Luc Picard.
Jean-Luc Picard. I don't know. I like Patrick Stewart, Yeah. And he's a good voiceover actor too. He lends his voice to a lot of things, so I think that's also great.
Yeah. They're actually also bringing back the Borg.
Oh, the Borg. I know they made the movie out of that. One movie out of that. It's like
they
the
did.
Big old cube ship, right?
Yeah, which was, I guess, the end of the Borg, but now they're bringing them back. Unless they brought it back in other stuff, which I don't know about.
Well, I'm looking. I'll watch that. Why not? I'll jump into Star Trek just to see Patrick Stewart.
I have glitter all over me.
What's that? Did you back out with a pixie? We're gonna edit that. We got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canceled after season 7. It's not by ABC, actually. Marvel, Disney itself, they're canceling their own show.
Yeah, because most likely everything's going to the Disney Channel.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
You think they'll bring it back after that? Reboot it?
I don't know. I mean,
gear it up?
I'm still hoping. Oh, speaking of Netflix, okay, so this show was canceled. I'm guessing probably for Disney Plus. So were all the other Netflix shows: Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist,
Jessica Jones,
Punisher.
The Defenders.
They're all canceled. There was talk by Kevin Feige of in a few years maybe we could maybe see some of those characters come back in the movies.
The little kid just came across. He's like, "Yeah, shit in a podcast." Like, yeah.
He said we could possibly see some of those Netflix characters come back in future movies after the contracts and everything are up. So we could be seeing Daredevil with Spider-Man.
Okay, I can dig it if they're going to do something like that. Rick and Morty season 4, that's going to hit November, maybe late October-ish. But they got announced like way back when, like at the beginning of the year, maybe February, that they got 9 seasons approved. So they're coming out with season 4, and they're already releasing some images, some videos, some content out there. I do apologize. Some content out there already. So yeah, man, I like Rick and Morty. I know you don't watch Rick and Morty. I like it, so I'm gonna definitely peep that out in October, November-ish. And then, like we said before, we're moving down to DC news, and there's not a lot to unpack with DC.
I want to start with this Harley Quinn animated real quick. Weren't they talking about a Birds of Prey movie with Harley Quinn?
What was that?
Birds of Prey with Harley Quinn.
I don't know what they're going to do with this one. The only footage I saw had Batman in it again. And it's a different genre Harley Quinn, because you remember they had Batman and Harley Quinn? Mm-hmm. It's a different one than that. It's not the same. It's not going to be the black and red suit Harley Quinn.
Because I could have sworn they were...
This is the roller skates and mallet with the roller derby one.
I could have sworn they were in the process of either casting or filming a Birds of Prey movie with Harley Quinn and some other...
Oh, no. What's her name? Margot Robbie? Is that her name?
Margot Robbie, yeah.
So, yeah, they are filming a Birds of Prey. And she is in it. They do have footage of her running around Birds of Prey. You see right here.
Do you remember the old TV show?
Yes.
It had like 2 seasons?
And then, the only thing I remember about that is in the first episode, or the first episode that had like a guy playing Batman, but they never zoomed in. He was in the dark. Yeah, there she is in that movie. And she's kind of different. It's kind of like go-go dancer. She has a lot of like stringy pom-pom things hanging from her. But there is a Birds of Prey coming out.
Because I remember the TV one was Batman and Catwoman have a love child.
But no, the only photo and nothing really else coming out. They said there's a 30-second teaser trailer out there. We'll probably watch it after this. But yeah, that's the only thing I got on that one. Pennyworth, Alfred Pennyworth getting his own show.
What?
Yeah, it's literally showing him as a...
What's he gonna be doing the whole show? Mending Batman's suits?
Just like ironing. Getting suit made.
That's all it is. Every
changing
episode.
the oil on the Batmobile. Alfred. Yes, my lord. Coming around. No, this is actually showing a young Alfred. And he is part of British secret intelligence. Kind of like, what's his name? 007ing everybody that comes across. They come across like, hey, how you do? Gun! And just take gun apart and
so it's going to be like
disarm people and put them to the ground.
It's going to be like a Gotham Alfred.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's gonna be like, I guess you could say so, but he's gonna be a standalone character on his own.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was gonna. Everyone gets a show before Batman finally gets a show.
Batman Beyond.
No, they had a panel of Batman Beyond, 20th anniversary, and they're coming out with a remastered box set of Batman.
But I didn't buy that box set all those years ago, because I would definitely buy this set.
Well, they have a set right now at Walmart, and it's just literally... But this one comes with a Funkopop. That Funko's going to team up with them, and they're coming out with a metallic Batman Beyond, which is going to be reminiscent of the Batman Beyond they had before, but it's just going to be more shiny. And then that's pretty much it. They had the panel. Everyone but, Mark Hamill, because Mark Hamill was really big in the Batman Beyond set. Oh, they have cards right over there, partner. You want to be on the podcast? Want to jump on the camera real quick? Come on, come say hi. We're gonna bring on this kid. He was just standing here watching this dude. Come on this way. Go this way. He's just watching us do the podcast.
Hi.
Go stand right here. Go to the middle. Speak right in there.
I'm in the mall. I'm Milius and
What's your name?
Allie.
Allie?
Yeah.
What kind of nerddom are you into? What kind of geeky stuff are you into?
I like
Marvel, DC?
I like Marvel more.
Marvel more?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on there.
Yeah.
Say hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Say subscribe to 96 Studios.
I'm in 96 Studios.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by and checking this out, partner. You have a good one. No problem. You guys have a good one. All the surprises here at Harley's. But that was fun. I'm probably gonna keep all that in. What else do we have going on? Yeah, that's gonna come out. Young Justice, season 4. They got canceled after 3 seasons. The cartoon, and that's gonna be DC Network.
Yeah, I was watching it on Netflix, and they canceled it. No, I don't want to pay that subscription price just to watch one show.
Well, the thing is, cable is like $90 nowadays, maybe $50. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you pay internet bill, you can just get cable.
That's like
for free.
$50
You
for
know
internet.
where to go.
$70.
Not saying
$1,000 if you're with Cox. Cox, get your stuff together. You're gouging it.
Cox.
But what you're gonna have Netflix. You're gonna have Hulu.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the Disney Plus. Well, I'm gonna have the Disney Plus.
I'm getting Disney Plus.
You're gonna have the. Which one? The only thing that's different with the Disney Plus is they're coming out with a 1-year membership. You could pay flat out, which is like $65.
Yeah,
but I think that's the way to go.
Anything and everything Disney has made is going to be on that Disney Plus.
I think
movies from when Disney first started is going to be on that Disney Plus.
What is that movie with the? Is that Disney movie with the cheeseburger? I think Assembly Required. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I think it's Disney, but I want that one. What you call it? Then we have like the toy news, the Mattel. We have the Jack Specifics.
Mattel.
We tried to get a Mattel figure. We had Ronnie go for us. They sold out of the Macho Man with the Slim Jim.
They also sold out of Jurassic Park toys.
Jurassic Park. Was that Jack Specific? Or was that Mattel?
No, that was Mattel.
That was Mattel too.
The Jurassic Park Legacy, John Hammond.
Yeah, and then we tried to get that. But if we're gonna talk about toys, we gotta talk about Funko. Funko alone, on Thursday of the release of the exclusives, of the shared exclusives of Comic-Con and around with Hot Topic, FYE, Target, Walmart, GameStop, so on and so forth, their stock rose 9-10% just that one day. And that's a lot. It just went, just a little pop. And they sold out fast.
Oh, speaking of Mattel, at GameStop, you can pre-order a Jeff Goldblum figure of him holding the road flare in front of the T-Rex. Just a figure about the big. You can pre-order it right now at GameStop.
I want that full set.
And he has,
because they sell the 10-inch T-Rex, and you just put that one in front of them.
Yeah, I have that big T-Rex, but this is called the Amber set, and it comes with a Velociraptor, or you can buy them separate. I want to get that just to put in front of my big T-Rex.
See, last year's exclusives for Funko were so much better. They had like the dead Yamcha, they had the Broly, they had the Iron Man mech from the first Iron Man movie.
I got that one.
They had a bunch of them.
This year they had Conan.
They did. They had a Conan O'Brien orange full, and I bought a Conan exclusive.
They had a bunch of them,
but the only one that really stood out to me, which I had to wake up early. I didn't wake up early. Angie woke up early. She woke up early. I woke up early to try to get the Batman with the 50th anniversary San Diego Comic-Con bag. Sold out in 10 minutes. We were able to get one.
Wow.
And it was only one per person, and that traffic was like, and I'm not going to say like you could see the traffic, but the internet was like, you're next in line. It was like one circle going. Please do not hang up. Your call is very important to us. It was just turning and turning, and then it kicked us off. And then we were like, get back on. I want this because I'm a grown 29-year-old man that doesn't have nothing else to live for. And then we were able to get
the
one.
MCU to live for.
MCU. No, that's what gave us. That's what gives us hope. The MCU.
Yeah.
Disney. And then
who'd have thunk?
And that's what they pushed. That was the only thing I can see for me personally, like if I had to go out to a store and get something, that was the one I wanted. So I had to go online and get it. But there was nothing. They had a Chrome Batman at GameStop. The other thing that everyone was popping for was the Simpsons double pack aliens. I forget their names.
Oh yeah.
But only GameStops are only getting like 1 to 2 of those. And people were like, why aren't you not getting more? And people were fighting over those things online. They're selling for over $100. Box Lunch had an exclusive of Up, Allie, and what's the guy's name? I don't remember the guys, but they had like they were the little kids, and they were the Spirited Adventure. She had the Adventures Out There book and stuff like that. People were popping for that. That's selling for over $100 second market online right now.
Jeez.
eBay and collectors alike are selling those like that. Which if you do that, that's by all means it's yours. You can do whatever you want with. But if you're trying to get it, right then and there, second market might be a place you might have to go to get it. But still, that's some hyped up prices right there. And then one thing I liked is who does the Black Series, the helmets and stuff?
That is Hasbro?
Yeah, it is Hasbro. You are right. It is Hasbro. And they announced they do the helmets for like Iron Man. Mm-hmm. They do the Captain America shields, and they're really high quality. They announced the Boba Fett helmet, which they're very modestly priced, like $100 for a nice, almost movie quality helmet. For us, we customize everything. So for this, you don't have to customize it.
Up on the shelf somewhere?
I don't know. I think there's one right over our heads, but we can't.
That's not a Black Series, is it?
I don't know, but regardless of it, they're very modestly priced. $100 will get you a Black Panther helmet, will get you a shield, will get you a Boba Fett movie quality helmet to go with a cosplay, to go just in a collection somewhere. But I was excited for that. And then the toys out this year, they announced a WWE. You showed me. You sent me the thing of the WWE.
Oh yeah, the WWE Ghostbusters set.
I guess it's celebrating their 35th anniversary.
Yeah, so they had four wrestlers. Ghostbusters. 4 wrestlers. They had The Rock, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, and who's the fourth one?
John Cena.
John Cena, and then they had The Undertaker as a ghost with the title.
It was all purple. He was like translucent in the arms and the legs, but hard purple up top. He was wearing the hat, and then he was holding like a neon green, like I guess you could say like a ghostly title.
Yeah.
And that's coming out this fall for like for the Halloween time for the kids.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I just want the Taker one.
I'll take the Taker, maybe the Rock.
I'll take the Rock. They have their ring gear underneath the jumpsuits, and they had the plasma packs on. They take off their ring gear like we just secured the ghost. Let's all jump in the ring and wrestle each other down all greasified. Look, they're all shiny. I don't know. It's
shiny.
Every time. One thing I know about wrestling, and we're probably going to be here for the Cactus League Wrestling, CLW. All wrestlers look wet. After they come out of that little curtain, they're just wet, and they go in the ring and they do their thing.
Have you seen him like Triple H behind the curtain? He like takes a ball of water, just douses himself in water, and then he'll walk the whole way to the ring and spit out all that water he had in his mouth.
Back on top of him and just like doing the Triple H
crowd.
Would you be upset in that front row? Just like,
yeah.
What is this, man?
No.
I paid $750 for this Kevin Smith ticket. He's spitting all over us.
I didn't pay this much money to be spit on by Triple H.
I was at a concert in high school, and it was Marilyn Manson, and he started spitting on he took like a drink of water, he started spitting on the crowd. No, it's Marilyn Manson, he does whatever. But I could just remember like people like cheering like really loud, like yeah, get spit on.
Yeah, for a guy who possibly has or doesn't have certain diseases spitting all over you. Yeah.
He's a rock star. He has them. And then Star Wars was light this year as well. With DC, they were light.
Now, the only thing I knew about for Star Wars was they were making a comic series for Snoke. But I didn't know about them making a Kylo Ren story.
Yeah, now they didn't say exactly if it was going to be a comic series, an anime series, or a book. They just said there's a Kylo Ren story teased of like a prequel before he joins Snoke, a life being raised by Princess Leia, a life being raised without Han Solo or with Han Solo. So it's a bunch of those things like where are they going to go with it? now people don't know. But there's one thing. There's also the Sith Trooper.
I'm not.
That premiered.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on that?
It's a regular First Order Trooper painted red.
There's a red. They had Funko Pops about it. They had players that had the suit. I'm pretty sure they were commissioned, but they were like these bright fire engine red stormtroopers. They're black and red, which is like NWO.
They called them Sith Troopers. If they were going to make Sith Troopers, I'd go way, way back into like the old material and find actual Sith Troopers.
But like
because the actual Sith Troopers in the old material looked good. They looked awesome. They looked completely different than a stormtrooper.
People are asking the question, why Sith Troopers? You had Imperial Troopers that were red in the old movies.
Yeah.
What about the last movie they were fighting these dudes who were like, they were keeping up with the Jedi while they're fighting them with Kylo Ren and Rey. Were they not Sith Troopers? Were they Imperial Troopers?
The Praetorian Guards.
Praetorian Guards, whatever.
Yeah.
So what separates these guys? Are they Force sensitive?
Basically, Snoke and Kylo Ren are not Sith. They've already announced that they are not Sith. They're dark side users, but they're not Sith. The Sith are technically gone so far right now in the universe, and they're just dark side users like Dark Jedi, dark acolytes. There's like different kinds of dark side users.
So they're not Sith.
They're not Sith.
That's news to me.
They use the teachings of the Sith, which I don't understand why they're not considered Sith, but they're not Sith.
Well, I honestly I don't know where to go with that. That's Disney.
We'll have to see in December. Hopefully, December is good.
Well, let's hopefully find out something. And then
bring Ronnie to talk about San Diego. Ronnie.
See, we are not fortunate to make it to San Diego Comic-Con, but we do have the pleasure of knowing someone who goes to Comic-Con yearly and sees what that awesome ordeal is about.
Level with you guys.
I have to raise my chair because I have to be equal with him. He's tall.
That's why I'm
So if you're trying to be equal with me, you're gonna be short. So.
All right.
So you go to Comic-Con every year.
I do. I've been going. This was my 8th year.
Of San Diego.
Wow.
See, we go to Tucson Comic-Con. We go to San Diego. We go to Phoenix. We do the Ace Comic-Con thing, but never go to the Mecca, the motherland of all cons. So
it's massive.
How is it? How was it this year?
This year it was a battle. It felt like for everything because normally lines in the years prior, everyone used to spend the night for the possibility to get a ticket to either Hasbro, Mattel, all those places. And for the past 2 years, it's been a lottery. However, once the lottery is over, you do have the option to go in and try to purchase certain things on a Saturday or Sunday, but those lines are just as horrible. So when you go, you're there to
So
every
it's like
part
Disneyland
of your body.
on crack.
It is. It's Disneyland on crack. Oh my gosh, it's difficult. It's so much planning that goes into it before you even go in.
So, but like with people being in lines, want to go into Hall H, go to this hall, that hall, trying to get this exclusive or this autograph. How is it rent? Is it like is the show floor massively bigger than Phoenix?
My gosh, the floor just in San Diego, just of the exhibitors.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is maybe like 10 times the size of what Tucson Comic-Con is.
Really?
It is massive. It's huge. There's so much. I mean, people are just, you're shoulder to shoulder trying to get to these places, and it's a lot of people. So if you are claustrophobic,
like
or
that?
if you don't, yes. Hey, I'm probably right here somewhere. See, this photo is, I don't know if you obviously can't see it. I'm kidding.
It's like where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo real quick? Hold on.
This is actually just the line to get into the convention center.
Really?
So you can go up top into the sales pavilion and wait there until 9 o'clock when the doors open. And then these are the first people that get to go in. But the way that these are, so this is a line, this is a line, this is a line. So it goes this line, and once everyone goes, the next one goes, the next one goes, the next one goes. So there's at least about 30, and that's just to get in from the top to be the first people. But then again, once everybody's in, the people on the outside who didn't want to wait in this line get to come in too. But that's still...
Jeez.
Either you get there, we actually got there on Friday because I had to get the rest of the NECA, the turtle figures.
Mm-hmm.
Had to be there on Friday, and we were there at like 5 in the morning.
See, Ronnie does this really awesome thing where she's very selfless, and she takes pre-orders from people here that cannot go to the con, and she'll be like, "What do you need? What do you want? What toys this? What toys that?" And you give her the money, she will go and wait in line, waste her time and so we don't have to waste ours, and go get toys, exclusive figures. The only thing she won't do is Funko, which, you know, you're missing out there. Funko had a lot of stuff.
It is hard. Funko's is hard. Funko, Hasbro, those are just two extraordinary hard lines to do. I did have an opportunity, a small kind of little chance I could have on Saturday and on Sunday, but I knew the stuff that you guys at least wanted. It was already sold out by Friday, and then...
oh, no, we sent you to, like, the Lions Den. We were like, Mattel.
You sent me to the hard stuff.
And they were like, Macho Man, what? Yeah,
that sold out within the first hour.
Should have taken a big stick with you and like, mine.
Yeah. Just started like,
so many ideas for next year.
Start snatching some kid's lightsaber and just like, like passing by.
It is, and then your adrenaline is rushing too, because you're like the line, and then you hear them shout out, you know, there's only 20 left, only 10 left, and then you just hear
there's
that.
about 100 between me and the table, so yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, so that's how you start really thinking about it. And this year, I normally have several kids with me, because usually 12 and under is free, so I try to bring as many as I can.
Just use them as body shields as she's going, throwing one and throwing shoes.
You could have taken one of your kids and like, here, go get the toy.
My kids would have probably gotten it. They are vicious. They hold no bar. And my kids are trained into the to fall from great heights with no damage.
Just like
Jedi.
Pin the money to one of their shirts and then just toss the kid to the front of the line with a note that says, "You'll get this toy. Here's the money." Ezra
would probably come back with just like, with the money and the toy. Just how messed up Ezra is. He's just like, I just took it. But yeah, like, you know, and you don't do Hall H or nothing like that?
I don't. I because I'm there to buy. It's so hard to go into a panel, to a hall, to anything, because that's during the best time. That's the times where you have to go buy toys. And sometimes when you get selected, it says be back at the booth by 12:30, between 12:30 and 2. Or you have the opportunity to get into a line, and the line is like 2 hours long, so there's not much, so it's really hard to be able to get all that stuff. So it is planning, and you have to go with more than one person. You have to have a plan with all these groups, and if you get in, this is, you know, how you transfer money to each other, and it's a huge planning.
Do you get to see any stars, like movie stars walking by or anything like that?
You do. I actually was outside because I had already gotten the toys that I needed, and my daughter and my niece ditched me, so I was a loser by myself through the con.
You mean your daughter that can't clock in on time? Is that the one?
That's the one.
That's the one. Okay, just want to make sure we're on the way.
She gets here half an hour early and then 10 minutes clocks in late. I'm like, how do you do that?
Just dock her pay. Just start docking your pay. Mom, my pay is... is that what your problem is? That's allowance.
But I saw Rob Liefeld. Actually, he was walking off one of the boats. There's a yacht that he had an interview. He had walked out, and I was walking by, and I'm like, hi, but nobody was around him. So
did you see any wrestlers?
Because I know there's a lot of wrestlers there.
I actually could have, because EE Distribution is one of my main distributors, and if I wanted to meet anybody, I can always just let them know. But I didn't really.
Because I know there were some at the Mattel booth. Mm-hmm. And then there's a bunch walking around.
Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, R-Truth is there.
Becky Lynch.
Lynch, they were all part of the Mattel panel. So was San Diego's own Rey Mysterio was there, stuff like that. And yeah,
New Day was there.
There's a lot of people there. The whole New Day was there.
Yeah.
So
I only meet people if it's already at one of my distributors' booths, because again, I'm out there shopping for everybody. Then I can't really just stop and. I think 2 years ago, the cast from Lucifer, I actually pulled and was able to do that, and that was the one thing I was just like, no one bother me, no one talk to me, my phone's not on.
I do for everyone else, it's gonna be for me.
This is me, and so
if
you guys ever come to the store, the Lucifer, I have a Lucifer poster with all the signatures on it, so.
That one over there?
Yep, that's it. And I totally fangirled out, like, oh my god!
All right,
is there a not for sale sign on it?
No, but there's no price.
There's a price for everything. Everyone has their price.
I think it's
$1 Million
what people do.
Man
Ask
style.
To buy it, and it says Ronnie on it. It says to Ronnie. All the signatures say to Ronnie. Thanks to Ronnie. Love whoever.
For $200, you could be Ronnie.
You too could be happy with this Lucifer poster. Well, that's gonna wrap us up for this cast of Pod of 96 Studios. So I'm Cisco.
I'm Cody,
and we're here with Ronnie. Ronnie, that one. See. You gotta get into the thing now. We gotta bring you in regularly. So we gotta see you in the next video. Keep making that nerd art or podcast thingies. You know, and we have people run up and on us like Ronnie and the little boy did, which that was fun.
Right now I feel like this old house thing is like, for till next time, I'm Cisco, I'm good. It felt like this old house, where they all say their names at the end of the show.
Oh, we gotta do what is it? A Little House on the Prairie. Good night, goodbye, Jim Bob. Good night, Mary. Good night. And they're all going around the house.
Oh, like on Family Guy.
Does everyone just be like, shut up? Trying to sleep. That's gonna be it for us. I'm gonna have to edit all this stuff. Bye.
Bye.